What's up, everybody? It's your girl Ariel here. So welcome to another Confessions of a Redreamer. I don't know, I probably should say the Confessions of a Redreamer in her car, because it looks like every time I talk to y'all I'm in my car finna go somewhere. But hey, that's just what it is. The past couple of days have been really reflective for me. I am in the final stages of my PhD program. Like, I know I've been saying that for a minute, but it's really hitting me now that we have an official date for my defense. I've signed up to be a part of graduation ceremonies. The paperwork is starting to go through. I'm starting to turn in things. There's end of the year banquets that are happening. And in many cases, I can feel the different chapters that are closing. And that's just a sign that there's going to be new things that are opening. But I wanted to give an update on where I've been since the very first video I put up. And the first confession was that I'm not happy, and that I was going after tech jobs I wasn't interested in, and this, that, and the third. Well, I was watching Netflix, and on Netflix there is this special with Oprah Winfrey, and she's interviewing Viola Davis. And Viola Davis is one of my favorite actresses, but it's also interesting that one of my best friends would always say that I remind him of her. And I couldn't always understand it. Sometimes maybe it's like facial expressions or whatever, I don't really know. But this was the first time that I really sat down and heard more of her story. And I'm sitting there listening to it going, oh my God, like, I relate to this woman on multiple levels. And I think the part of her story that struck me the most this time was listening to her when she was talking about when she went to college. And she wanted to do theater, but she felt that she couldn't make any money with a theater degree. And so I think she majored in education or something like that. And her sister was the one that was like, yo, V, why are you doing this? Like, you love theater. And she said, but I can't do that because don't nobody make money with theater. And they said, forget that. That's what you are passionate about. And now she is this world-renowned actress that makes money, all because she went after what she wanted. And I felt so seen and so heard in that process. And it really was, in many ways, that nudge or that pat on the back, that tap that, hey, it's gonna be okay, that I needed, but I didn't know how deeply I needed that. And then just talking to one of my friends the following day about that, and just how God has really moved in her own life, about how she manifested some things that she has been, praying for, meditating on, visualizing consistently for the past month, and to see it happen on time. It was that motivation I needed to remind me to get back consistent with saying my goals every day, with praying, even if it's only 5 minutes a day, like taking the time to get out of bed. Because I don't know about you, but sometimes I say, oh, I'm gonna pray, and I'll be in bed, and the next thing I know, I done fell asleep. So it's that motivation I needed to get back on my knees and pray, even if it's just 5 minutes, and to know that it's still very much possible, that it really is a thing, that all the things that I want to do with launching courses, with being a full-time entrepreneur, all of that's possible. And I don't know if this is more encouragement for somebody else, or is it just me coming here just to say, at least for me, that the past couple of days have been a moment of encouragement for me. And it came in ways that I didn't necessarily expect, but definitely in ways I needed. And yeah, like, I'm really happy about that. And I've been talking to my therapist. I met with them yesterday, and I was talking about like how aware I am right now about how things are coming to an end or coming to a close. Like, knowing that there's people that I've seen regularly for 5 years I'm probably not going to see again, or that it was my last time participating in different organizations and things like that in the capacity that I've participated in them in the past 5 years, and how sobering that feels, but also how anxious I have been. And I remember my therapist saying, well, it's also, yeah, it is the closure of a lot of things, but that also means, Ariel, that it is the opening or the beginning, the genesis of a lot of new things. We just don't know what those new things are just yet. And he said something that I do want to share here. And I hope I get it the way he expressed it. But I think he said in physics, there is something called degrees of freedom. And within those degrees of freedom, it basically, because you don't know something, it gives you the freedom for it to be whatever. So like, you're not tied down to a particular thing. You're basically free because you don't know exactly what it is. And I've never heard of that term before, but it made me think of the words my master's degree program advisor said on our very first day together. She said, you have to learn to be comfortable sitting in uncertainty. And when she said it was like, oh, that's deep. But like, it's one thing to hear something, be like, oh, that's deep, and then you be sitting deep in it. It's just a different vibe with that. And now that's what I see, is that, yeah, it's uncertain, but there's freedom in that. And I haven't thought of it like that. There's freedom in not knowing exactly what's next. Prime example of that, I had an opportunity on the table to work this summer for an organization I do love. But I just said, you know what, I need to rest, and that I want to take this other opportunity. Well, the other opportunity did not pan out exactly how I originally thought, but I'm glad that it didn't, because had I done either one of those two things, I would have been burnt out even more than I already am. But most importantly, my dissertation defense is happening in that month. So had I didn't say no to any of those, or had the other thing didn't work out, then I don't know where I would have been. So I didn't know when I turned down that job offer that the other opportunity that I had on the table wouldn't go the way I thought. I also didn't know that I needed the month of June to be open so that I could defend. I had no idea any of that was going to unfold, but yet here we are. So right now, the confession that I'm working on is learning to embrace the degree of freedom that exists in uncertainty. A lot of times when we talk about uncertainty, we talk about the anxiety that it produces. I've never really once thought of the freedom it creates until my therapist said it. So I want to share that with you and see how liberating it is for you to be in what uncertain moment you either are in or may find yourself in. But hey, that's all I got. Happy Saturday. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. I'm finna go figure out what I'm about to eat. So talk to y'all soon.